May kembot ako. Dinayo ko ang San Miguel, Bulacan para makita ang naiwan ng pamilya Viola at pabalik naisip kong daanan ang bahay na pula na nasa susunod na bayan ng San Ildefonso lang. I am Mona Magda Veluz. I hunt down ancestors and trace fascinating stories in Philippine history. Nung nasa San Miguel kami, paggabi na pero mainit. Tapos biglang bumuhos ang malakas na ulan nung nasa San Ildefonso na kami. Pagdating namin sa bahay na pula, ayun, parang horror movie na ang kinalabasan ng mga video ko. Hindi na po ako nakalapit. Ang bahay na pula ay isang makasaysayang mansyon na itinayo noong 1929. Dati itong Hacienda House pero noong dumating ang mga Hapon, naging bahay para usan ito para sa mga sundalo ng Japanese Imperial Army. Daan-daang kababaihang taga Bulacan at Pampanga ang kinidnap, ikinulong, nilapastangan at pinatay dito. Two-story house ito dati pero halos wala nang natira sa bahay ngayon. This used to be the hacienda house of the Ilusorio family who owned large tracts of the surrounding land from Bulacan to Nueva Ecija. Marami akong nakita na documents from the 1930s and 1940s of the Philippine National Bank in San Ildefonso, Bulacan for chattel mortgage on standing crops. Ito yung mga utang na ang collateral ay ang ani ng magsasaka. The landowner declared in these documents was Ramon Ilusorio, the owner of Bahay na Pula. I can't find much on the ancestry of Ramon Ilusorio, but his wife Marquita Tiangco traces her roots to Malabon, documented as far back as the late 1700s. A part of Malabon became Navotas in the early 1900s. And of course, the Tiangco family name is now synonymous with businesses and politics in Navotas. Ramon Ilusorio and Mariquita Tiangco had at least 3 kids, Teresita, Ricardo, and Potenciano. In July 1942, just months after the Japanese occupation of the islands, Ramon's son Potenciano married Erlinda Calao, the daughter of Representative Maximo Calao of Lipa. Maximo is the younger brother of another prominent Lipeño, Teodoro Calao, a legislator and historian. The Calao-Ilusorio wedding in Manila was solemnized by Guglielmo Piani, the apostolic nuncio to the Philippines from 1922 to 1948. Sa gitna ng digmaan, hindi maipagkakaila ang yaman at koneksyon ng pamilya nila. Potenciano or Nanoy became a successful lawyer businessman and a Marcos crony. In the 1970s, President Ferdinand Marcos used presidential powers to manipulate Benguet mining stock prices alongside American investors, funneling the profits to his 3 cronies, Roberto Benedicto, Honorio Poblador, and Potenciano Ilusorio. That was known as the XYZ scandal. Nanoy was a major shareholder of PLDT and Philcomsat and helped develop the Baguio Country Club. When he passed away, Nanoy was worth somewhere between 1 billion and 2 billion pesos. His children, Ramon, Lynn, Maximo, Sylvia, Marieta, and Shireen, who live in posh addresses in Metro Manila and New York, became entangled in a decades-long, highly publicized, multi-billion peso inheritance and legal battle that irreparably split the family. The feuding factions of children filed various extreme criminal accusations against each other, including kidnapping, extortion, and parricide. What the Bahay na Pula represents is painful and makes me sad. The wealth and affluence of the family that left that house behind was not enough to save them from a different kind of suffering. O diba?
Meow meow.